Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome to r/anti-MLM. Now if you don't know what an MLM is, it's basically a pyramid scheme. It's companies like Young Living, doTERRA, Sensi, where they make more money out of hiring people to buy products to sell rather than actually selling the product itself. So we're going to have a little look in this subreddit and see what we can find. Hi Redacted, I know this is totally coming out of left field and we don't know each other, but as I was scrolling through I saw your post about MLMs. I can't tell you how much I am with you of being against MLMs. I did my research and found a company who doesn't use MLMs and it's Airborne. Has anybody ever talked to you about Airborne? Okay, now the thing that gets me about this is that Airborne is one of the bigger known MLMs out there, along with Amway, doTERRA, blah 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 blah. Why would you approach someone who is clearly anti-MLM? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was of the impression that the tactics that these Huns use is to make sure that people aren't aware of MLMs or aren't aware of the dangers of these places, and they want to find people who don't know. Why would you actually go to someone who is completely against MLMs, who has written posts about it, then thought, you know what, this sounds like the perfect opportunity for a sales pitch? Like, it's just not gonna work. I don't know whether this is desperation or what, but you know, come on, pick your audience, read the room. The unique 4D mascara works like magic. Get yours here. You see, when I see pictures like this, I wonder, do the people behind these MLMs actually know what people want to look like anymore? Like, I guess that they figured that people actually want longer lashes. But this just seems like it's done by some poorly manufactured AI that they seem to think, well, humans require long lashes, therefore ultimate length means ultimate money. Oh gosh, I don't know if anybody actually did click on the link due to this advert. I don't think many people do click on MLM links anyway, but oof. Mary Kay is the best product. I'm using Mary Kay too, kissy face. Mary Kay is the best product. I'm using Mary Kay too, kissy face. Okay, so this is clearly one of those sort of copy-paste comments that they've been told. It's like when you see those templates where it says, I really love your, and then like, put a thing about your friend here when they forget that. But what made me laugh about this one is like, clearly this person is trying to sell their products and you got the two other Huns underneath, like with their copy pasta. But then underneath that, you've just got these four random creeps like, oh look a girl, just superb, cute, super. Oh god, it's like, we've got two different levels of cringe on this one. We've got the creepy guys and we've got the hunbots. They've finally come together. It's the crossover we always wanted. Hey Blue, I know it's random since it's been a while since we worked together at Red, but given the pandemic, I felt compelled to share. I'm actually in touch with high-level entrepreneurs who are helping me replace my job income. Occasionally, they are willing to mentor new people, and if you're looking for ways to get ahead, I would love to pay it forward. Either way, I hope you're doing well, and it would be fun to see what's new with you. Hey, by your use of high-level entrepreneurs, I'm guessing this is for Amway, and I don't support their business model, but I hope you're staying safe during this craziness and all is well. It sounds like you've had some interesting expertises. The people we work with are not in a pyramid scheme if that's what you're thinking. But if you aren't open to learning about other opportunities at this point, I wish you the best and hope that you stay healthy and safe. Experiences. Actually, I'm super open to learning about new things. Also, I hope you know that none of this is personal or against you at all. And if anything, I hope I can give you something to look into and think about before you get in too far, since uplines can be pretty deceiving in order to get you to sign up. I have done so much research on the MLM business model, as well as Amway/worldwide dream builders in particular, and I personally find them to be barely legal pyramid schemes. I fully believe that the pyramid is not the overpriced products that they sell, but the motivational materials, trainings, books, conventions that you need to purchase and that they promise will help you rank up. I also find it quite culty when they encourage people to cut out negative people from their life when they push back against Amway, or to give backhanded compliments, such as, if you're not open to learning. Again, this is not anything personal, and I encourage you to do some reading on r/anti-MLM about the company. Also, since Red made us all data masters, I also encourage you to closely analyse their income disclosure as well as set up an Excel sheet with all Amway related expenses, including gas to events and products you personally buy for yourself, and closely track how much you net. I sincerely hope it works out. It seems like you're being very sincere, Blue. Our first-hand experience has been very different than what you mentioned. Our lives are a testament to the impact that mentorship and the lives of our family as well. I'm happy to answer any questions or address any concerns you have, and since I have no monetary gain in answering questions, my hope is to give first-hand perspective. If you've made a decision based off internet research alone, I would encourage you to talk to people who have been positively impacted / creating success. Lots of internet research as well as talking to some active and multiple previous independent business owners. And to be honest, the biggest nail in the coffin is Amway's ties to Betsy DeVos and our current administration, and I cannot in good conscience support that in any way, especially with my education and career in the special education field. I see. Well, Blue, I wish you much success and nothing but health and happiness. I hope the path you're on takes you where you want to go in life. Okay, before I get into the nitty-gritty of the HUD on this one, I want to give major props to OP for being so patient throughout that, even though it was pretty much like talking to a brick wall. The fact that they actually tried to say, look, this is unhealthy, I want to help you. I gotta say, fair play to them for being so patient. It didn't work out as it rarely does with the Huns, but oh my goodness, the Hun. This Hun is one of the sneakier, more underhanded Huns that I've come across. Like, there are a few things that sort of bring up the red flags on this one. First of all, the fact that they say, the people we work with are not in a pyramid scheme, if that's what you're thinking. Like, at that point, all OP had said is, I'm guessing this is for Amway and I don't support their business model. Like, the fact that you need to straight away say, it's not a pyramid scheme. Like, if you need to promote your business by saying straight away, it's not a pyramid scheme, you're not running a business, you're at the bottom rung of a pyramid scheme. That is exactly what it is. And so the fact that they said we're not in a pyramid scheme, first of all, that's the first red flag. Then there was the fact that they did give those backhanded compliments, like OP rightfully called out later on. The fact that they said, if you aren't open to learning about other opportunities at this point, like, the OP actually said, this is for Amway, I don't support their business model. Like, it clearly, this is somebody who has done their research and says, look, I have an idea about what you're doing, I don't agree with it, sorry. And then to turn that around and go, oh, well, you're just not open. Like, it would be one thing if they said, look, I haven't got the time or whatever, then maybe, like, it still would have been rude, but it might have been justified. They might have been able to say, oh, it wasn't meant to come across that way, but it definitely was like a slight little stab that way. And also when they said, if you've made a decision based off internet research alone, how the hell is OP supposed to do any research other than on the internet? The internet is an amazing tool that connects the world. The way that I found out about MLMs was through the internet. I found out about it through anti-MLM, this particular subreddit, but also from watching videos about Herbalife and the dangers of that. I watched those on YouTube, which is where this video is now. We are in the modern age and we have to do internet research, and the way that they imply that it's sort of the same as seeing a dodgy Facebook link and then clicking on it and getting all of your news from there, that's not the case. The fact that they actually said, look, this is for Amway, right? Sorry, I don't agree with that. And then for them to assume like that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is one of those lines oh, they've just done internet research, they don't know what it's actually like. This is probably what they're being indoctrinated with, to be fair. But it is just, it left a nasty taste in my mouth. And then also when they say, I'm happy to answer any questions or address any concerns you have, since I have no monetary gain in answering questions. Yes, you bloody well do. The whole point is they actually opened up the conversation to say, do you want to be part of my MLM? Do you want to be below me on this pyramid scheme? And then for them to say, oh, I have no monetary gain in answering questions, when, yeah, you do, because you're trying to persuade this person to join your MLM by convincing them that it's an amazing idea. Isn't just you answering questions and not gaining money from it. There is a clear indication of where they want to go with this. It did end pretty much as nice as it could. I mean, I've seen Huns get really nasty and really aggressive when, people aren't interested in joining their pyramid schemes. Oh, yeah, this one left a nasty taste in my mouth. Hey girl, just picking up on your comment on Teal's post about my 90-day hair challenge. It's not Monet. I'm not sure if you were to go inquiring about that or not. Yeah, I was. Is it works? Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm kind of against supporting MLMs and the likes. Good luck, though. You should really educate yourself on them. They aren't bad companies. And honestly, online marketing is where money is right now for any type of business. I'm not meaning to come off as rude or anything, but I have, unfortunately. And the people close to me who are involved in them, especially It Works and Herbalife, all lost a lot more money than they made. It Works makes a lot of claims not really backed up by anything, so once again, I'm unfortunately not comfortable supporting a company that has pyramid scheme-like business models. I hope you have a great day. No, I'm not saying you're rude. I'm just saying you need to educate yourself more. We honestly don't have a pyramid scheme type model. I've worked for an American Income life insurance company, and now that is a pyramid scheme as well as any business. If you can't get a promotion without the person ahead of you dying, retiring, or quitting, it's a pyramid scheme. I am in business school, so I am very familiar with the business model, and most MLM companies, even Monet, do not have this in their models. I just want to educate so people like you cannot see the bad, then running your mouth what you think they are about when really you don't have a clue what they are about. Do some research and it might help, and then you can find success, maybe not with an MLM company, but you won't work for a company where you can't ever level up without the person dying, retiring, or quitting their position. Agree to disagree, I guess. I'm not trying to start an argument with someone I don't know over something like that. Once again, I'll very much pass. I've done my research and I've had friends and family who managed to get themselves out before it got bad, so I wish the same to you. I won't change your mind, you won't change your mind. So let's just leave it at that. Have a good day. So originally that was the entire post, but OP actually followed up on it because the Hun just wouldn't let it go. I'm not trying to change your mind, sweetie. In my university textbook, it perfectly explains what a pyramid scheme is, and what you're describing isn't one. That's why I'm saying get educated. And I'm sorry your friends and family had a bad experience and that made a sour taste in your mouths, but it doesn't stray from what is fact and what you all think is legit. I'm a business major, so again, before going around saying things that are completely false, do your homework. Have a great day. Dude, I seriously don't know why you're still going to try and defend yourself if it's not a bad thing. I was trying to be nice because you're Teal's friend, but seriously, your subtle insults telling me to get educated seriously do not help your case. Business major or not, it's a predatory business model. You say you're not going to change my mind, then you go about telling me to get educated and do my homework and not to run my mouth, so I really don't know what you're trying to prove. I've done unbiased research that doesn't include websites and articles directly from the MLMs. I hope for your sake you're able to get out before it gets too bad for you. I work a really good 9-to-5 job where I actually get paid for my work and not from recruiting people and selling bogus health supplements that have no scientific backing to them. And no, I don't have to wait for someone else above me to die before I get a pay rise. I'll stick with teaching my 5-year-olds to tie their shoelaces instead of losing 99% of my income into a pyramid scheme. I'm done fueling this conversation. Once again, I hope for your sake you can get out before you lose too much. Oh, thank you so much, but I make over 100k a year running my 2 businesses or working for a brokerage. I don't need your blessing to get out. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. So good for you, you got raises. Clap, clap, clap. I got 10k raise this year working for my employer, and I will never be CEO, which is why I started my 2 businesses from the ground up. So don't you dare speak to me like you know anything about me. Yes, I work for MLM company to put food on the table for my son because I chose to be an entrepreneur. If you don't know anything about running your own business, it takes years before you see profit, so please don't message me until you have something nice to say, and for future advice, don't go attacking other women's integrity, it only makes you look stupid. Okay, lol. This is it, this is the aggressive Hun, this is the kind of aggressive Hun that I was talking about earlier, the ones where you say that you're either not interested in their pyramid scheme or just point out that their pyramid scheme is a pyramid scheme, and they get really aggressive about it. Oh, this was just so horrible. Also bearing in mind, they don't even know each other. The conversation starts off with, hey, are you so-and-so's friend who made a comment against MLMs? She's actually just fully found this anti-MLM comment as she herself is part of an MLM, and then decided to go into this person's private messages and just attack them for it. which in itself is really cringy. It's one thing if you're like trying to convince them, like, look, I don't want you to do this, and they're getting a bit on the defensive. I mean, it's not okay, but even so, you would be able to answer like understand that. But now the fact that she's just like jumped on this person going, why are you insulting MLMs, you may be pushing people away from me, which is, you know, the only reasonable reason that I could think that she would be upset by that. But there's just so much passive aggressiveness as well. The fact that she's going, I'm not trying to change your mind, sweetie, and then have a great day, smiley face, after saying, you know, that she wasn't educated and that she needed to do research and all this nasty stuff. Like, they always say do research, but they never say where you're supposed to actually do it, where if you actually look up these companies, then you'll see all these horror stories as to why you should avoid them. And then the lies, like, looking on, they are definitely lies. It's very much r/that happened. But the fact that she says, I make over 100k a year running my 2 businesses and working for a brokerage. Then I got my 10k raise this year, working for my employer, and I'll never be CEO, which is why I started 2 businesses. Yes, I work for an MLM company to help put food on the table for my son because I chose to be an entrepreneur. And she also said that she was in business school. She was a business major. So she has 2 businesses, is a business major, works for a brokerage, and has a son. What? This is the thing, is that there is something very fundamentally dishonest about MLMs in general. The fact that they're saying, you could earn this much, oh, it's easy, oh, you work from home, oh, you know, you put in $20, you make $20,000, you know, those are all lies. Those are all very clear lies. But the fact that it's now just so part of the nature, and really nasty lies as well. I mean, they're not believable at all. I don't know what she thought she was going to get out of this by flexing her non-jobs to a stranger on the internet. So I actually had a look through the comments, and Opie mentioned that after looking through this hunt's Facebook, she saw that she's studying fashion at an online non-accredited college. So that's what we get for business major. Like, this is what I mean by it's also fundamentally dishonest. She's flexing this massive success story that's not happening and not gonna happen, and she's so in denial that when it does come crashing down on her, it's gonna be pretty bad. And if this is the way that she's acting towards strangers online, how is she acting towards like her friends and family who she'll be trying to pressure into joining this MLM? That's what I'm worried about. Looking for women to join my at-home business? Hit me up for more info. I'm so excited to help you start working at home. Okay, so this would just seem like a standard kind of one-size-fits-all hunbot pitch, but what you may have noticed or not from this picture, I didn't actually notice it until I read the comments, is that this is a Tinder profile. Like, they're genuinely joining Tinder to try and get people to join their pyramid schemes, for God's sake. It's just so, it's like next level weird. Like, oh, I just feel bad. Like, can you imagine like somebody like going through Tinder, like scrolling through, and then they like this person, like just because they're not paying attention, because, you know, I've seen those videos of people go through them all, and then like you're like, oh wow, this girl likes me, and then it's like, oh no, she's just trying to like get you underneath her on this unhealthy business model rung. And also, like, I don't want to, you know, shame people for looks or whatever. I very heavily disagree with that, but the expression on her face, like, she just looks so done already. Like, hit me up for more info, I'm so excited. Like, if you're gonna be so excited, at least a lot of the Huns, like in their pictures, they'll sort of do the, you know, hands on face, big wide smile, like, oh my god, I can't believe it, the sort of look. But with this one, she's just like, look, hit me up if you want my business info. They're just like completely done. She looks like the MLM's just drained her already. I mean, oh gosh. Have you thought about what you want to do as a bachelorette party? I was thinking of having one May, a month before my wedding, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. Probably get a room at Blank Casino, like what Cora did. That would be awesome! We could do a pure romance party. It would only take about 2 to 3 hours, and then could do whatever you want to. I've heard such great things about doing a pure romance bachelorette party. The worst part about this is the Hun in this case is their cousin. Okay, so if you weren't aware, Pure Romance is a marital aid MLM, to put it gently. Nobody wants to sit in a room with their family members talking about their sex lives, and nobody wants to use their hen night as an excuse for you to pitch your crappy MLM. I mean, oh my goodness, like, talk about selfishness where it goes, it would only take 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours? You only want to host a party for this person so you can pitch your crappy products for 2 to 3 hours? And then do whatever she wants to do? No! No! Well, that's it for r/anti-MLM. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that and if you would like to hear more from anti-MLM or any other subreddit for that matter. And do know that if you would like to own your own business and you would like to be your own boss, then all you need to do is buy 5 vials of CuppaJoey oils from me for about £1,000 each. Your friends and family are going to love them. You just keep pestering them until you don't talk anymore, and then you're broke. It will be absolutely fantastic, but it's not a pyramid scheme, I swear. See you next time.